live. Yeah, so the live stream has started. Hare Krishna. Yes, so I was asking to all of you, like, is it? I hope it's not too early for all of you. The classes.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Not feeling like getting tortured.
Sir, I get up at 7.
Okay. How many of you get up before 7?
Sir, once I woke up, but like generally 7 now.
During
Generally
school, I have to get up at 6.
Okay. Yeah, before 7, you all wake up. Okay, I can see 2 of you. And others?
Sir, I wake up at 7.
Yes.
Sir, I'm saying that so every day I wake up at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Like, even actually, we should try to wake up before the general. It's recommended we should wake up before the sun rises. But I think
Sir, wake up if at this time so early because I have to go to school.
okay, yeah, that's good. But this general recommendation, wake up before sunrise, or at least we should try to wake up before at 6 o'clock or something like that. And early morning, after waking up, what we should do? We should get ready, and we should take blessings of our parents first of all, and then we should pray to the Lord, right? So these are the two important things, activities that we should start the day with, right? When you start your day with the prayers, you will see that the whole of your day becomes very uh, fruitful, and it becomes you have a lot of energy to do things, right? And of course, exercise is also an important thing. So if possible, we should do some yoga or some exercises also,
Sir,
right?
Surya Namaskar.
Yeah, Surya Namaskar is a good thing to do. We can do that. It's a little difficult to do, but definitely it's a good one. Yeah. Okay. So I hope, okay, only 6 of you are here. Some other people I was expecting to join as well. 3, 4 more students. But anyways, we'll get started. And
Sir, I wanted to know if Dhruvi had also sent her drawing before only or today only she sent.
Sir, sorry. I sent today.
Yes, Dhruvi.
Today.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw some of you already sent your homeworks. That's good. I could not, yet you look at them, but I'll definitely look at them. So I can see Adesh has sent, Dhruvi has sent, right? Their drawings. Good. Others can also send in their drawings and their videos. Okay. So that was about the homework. Now today we are going to again discuss on continue on the topic of, I think we were discussing from Ayodhya Kanda, right? So what was the last topic that we had stopped on? Anyone remembers?
Sir, Keki bought the barks of tree to wear, and but Sita Devi's that sari's pallu was coming out, like just slipping
Yeah,
off. So tears came in her eyes.
Yeah, so everyone was, so we are basically at the point where Lord Ram, Lakshmana and Sita are about to leave Ayodhya, right? So,
Yes, sir, and everyone was stopping the chariot.
pardon?
And everyone was stopping the chariot.
Oh, yeah. So all the other Vasis, they were trying to, first they were trying to stop, but then they were following the chariot and they were going on with the Lord. Okay, so let me share my screen and then we will continue our discussion. So first, we'll do the prayers. Okay, so again, all of you can repeat the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Jnananjanashalakaya Churunmilitam Yena
Chakshurunmilitam
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda
Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna all of us
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So, I think Aryan has also joined. Okay, so we can now get started with our agenda. We were discussing the PPT.
Sir, I cannot hear you.
My voice is not coming.
Now it's coming, sir. Before I could not hear you.
Okay. So I was saying that we will continue discussing from the PPT that we were discussing from, and we have to today. We hope that we will be able to finish the Ayodhya Kand. So right now we are discussing from the part it is known as Ayodhya Kand, and after this, what will come after this? Anyone knows Kand is going to come? Yes, Aranya Kand is going to come. The forest part, pastime for the Lord, right? Where all the actions happen, right? All of you are waiting for the action.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the action part of the movie is going to come now, right? Yes. So what happens here? This is also very wonderful episode that we're going to discuss today about how Lord meets Nishad Raj, and how we're going to discuss today how the Lord Bharat Maharaj comes to know about all of these things. And then Bharat Maharaj, he goes to Ayodhya, sorry, he goes to the forest to beg the Lord, beg Lord Ram to come back, right? Because he is very devoted brother, right? He doesn't want the whole kingdom for himself. He wants to just serve the Lord. And that is why he tra- tries to pursue Lord Ram to come back, but Lord Ram will not come back. And then we will go on to see how Lord moves on from there, and he meets different sages and devotees, and then also he kills some of the demons. So these are things that we are going to discuss today. So so then from continuing from the last story from yesterday, the Lord actually takes leave from all the citizens of Ayodhya, from his family members, and he proceeds on a Ratha, which is driven by Sumantra, towards the forest. Lord Ram, Lakshman, and so Sita and Ram are sitting on the chariot. Lakshman is standing, and Sumantra is driving the chariot. And along with them, all the Ayodhya Vasis are going behind the chariot, all the sages, all the great saints, all the people, all the ministers, and even Maharaj Dashrath and all the queens of Dashrath Maharaj. They are also going behind the chariot to, till the boundary of Ayodhya. But it so happens that the chariot is, moving at a fast pace, and all the devotees become very tired. Even Dashrath Maharaj, since he is very old, he is not able to keep up with the pace of the chariot. But and as the chariot is going on far from his vision, Dashrath Maharaj is becoming weaker and weaker, and he's more in pain, more in separation, and he's crying, Ram, oh Ram, like that. And all the wives of Dashrath, all the three wives, they are supporting Dashrath. But and there Kaikeyi is also present. She is also helping Dashrath. But as soon as Kaikeyi touches Dashrath Maharaj, Dashrath becomes very angry, and he says, "Don't touch me! You know, you wicked woman. Due to you, I have to see this day, right?" And he very much chastised his Kaikeyi, and and he's crying at as well at the same time. So in this way, the Lord passes, on and goes out of the boundaries of Ayodhya, and then he reaches the kingdom of Nishad Raj. Nishad is a low class race of people. You can say in earlier times there were Kshatriyas, there were Brahmanas, Vaishyas, and Sudras. So Nishadas were untrained people. Basically, they were boatmen who used to live on the shores of rivers, and they used to live separately, basically, because there was why it was kept like that people of low race should live outside, so as to not make a mix of people. Because generally what happens, the people who are the people who were considered as earlier times low class, not based on just their birth, based on their activities. Because people they generally did they had an occupation which is not very good. Like they would be, some of them would be fishermen, some of them would be hunters, like that. So that is why they were kept away from the society, so that they do not influence the society, right? The civilized society. But at the same time, we should understand that it's not like people who are in that race cannot be devotees, right? And here today we will see an example of one such personality, who is known as Nishadraj Guha, who was the king of all of these Nishadas race people, who was a very great devotee of the Lord Ram, right? He was actually a friend of Dashrath Maharaj, and he was a great devotee of Lord. And Lord also knew, Lord also reciprocates with him very nicely. So we'll see it today, right? So what we should understand here is that one's birth or occupation doesn't, uh, you know, pre- uh, uh, you know, uh, avoid, prevent him from being performing devotional service. So devotional service is unchecked. Anyone in any situation, in any occupation, has the right to perform devotional service, and if he performs it with sincerity, with love and devotion, then the Lord will accept it. And if someone who is born in a very high class Brahman family also, but he doesn't have love and devotion, the Lord doesn't accept his service. That is the what is stated by the Lord and presented by the Lord in many ways. Just like you may have heard this song, right? दुर्योधन के भोग न खायो, रूप साग विदुर घर खायो. Right? So what is this pastime about? Anyone knows? This pastime comes in Mahabharata. दुर्योधन के भोग न खायो. That means the Lord, actually, one time what happened, Krishna became very hungry, and he he was coming from Dwarka to Hastinapur. And at that time, Duryodhan had arranged a very big feast for the Lord, Chappan Bhog. And why he has arranged? Because actually Duryodhan was very political minded person, and he wanted everyone to come on his side so that he can take help from them to fight the war. So when he saw that Krishna is coming, he thought that maybe let me try to uh, keep Krishna on my side. So he prepared nice chappan bhoga for the Lord and invited the Lord. But Lord said, you know, I am not hungry. You know, I am never hungry because he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, but I am never hungry. I only accept if someone offers with love. And since you do not have love, I will not accept your offering. So, like that, Krishna chastises Duryodhana and he rejects his offering. But then Krishna is hungry not for food, he is hungry for devotion and love. So, to satisfy his hunger of love and devotion, he goes to the house of Vidur. So, Vidur is actually a brother of Dhritarashtra and Pandava, but he's also a Sutputra. That means he's not Kshatriya actually, because he was born because his mother was a Dasi. He was a Dasi Putra, a servant, maid servant. So that is why he was not considered to be on equal level of of Pandu and Dhritarashtra. He was considered Dasi Putra. So he used to also live outside. Uh, so that is why, but still Krishna goes to the house of Vidura because Vidura was a great devotee, and especially Vidurani, the wife of Vidur, she was a very great devotee of the Lord. And there, when Lord goes, you know, uh, Vidurani becomes very, very happy and very overwhelmed to see Krishna. And what she does, instead of feeding, she had bananas. So what she does, see, instead of feeding, she was peeling the bananas, and instead of giving the pulp of banana to Krishna, what she was doing, she was putting the pulp of banana in the dustbin, and she was giving the peel of the banana, right? The peel that we throw away. So, but still Krishna was accepting and eating it. So that is why it is said, Duryodhan ke bhog na khayo, rukho sag vidur ghar khayo. It was a rukha patta that Krishna ate, dry leaves. So that is why Krishna, for Lord Rama, the birth of anyone, or the riches or the beauty of someone is of no value. The only valuable thing is devotion, right? So here also there is a point written: devotion does not depend on birth. Correct? So coming back to the story, what happens? So this Nishadra's Guha very nicely welcomes Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman. and he welcomes them, and he says that, please become, today I offered my kingdom to you, Lord. You may have been exiled from Ayodhya, but you can stay here for 14 years and you can become the king of our people, and I will become your servant. Like that, Guha said. So that was his devotion, that he was ready to give up his kingship to the Lord, right? But the Lord Ram declined. He said that, no, I must go to the forest, and anyways, you are very nicely taking care of them, so you keep on being the king, right? But then what happened? Then Guha, he brought a lot of nice eatables, chappan bhog for Lord Ram to eat. But Lord Ram again declined. What reason he gave? He said that, since I have to live in the forest, I cannot eat all of these things. I will only eat roots, fruits, and leaves. These three things I will eat: roots or fruits or eats or leaves. If you want to feed all of these things, these chappan bhog, you feed it to my horses, right? Like that he said. So all the food that all the chappan bhog was fed to the horses, and the Lord only accepted fruits and roots, right? And then, very wonderful, one very interesting pastime happened, right? So what happened at night? It was since night time. The Lord, Guha requested that, today you please stay at my place, and I will help you to cross the river tomorrow. Tomorrow you can go. Uh, so along with Sita, Ram, and Lakshman, there were all the Ayodhya Vasis as well, right? Who are there along with them. So he said that all of you please rest today. Tomorrow I will help all of you to cross over the river with my boats. So they all of them agreed, and Sita and Ram were given a central place to live. It was a nice cottage, and Sita and Ram rested in there. And as usual, Lakshman, since he was always at the service of Lord Ram, he took up his bow and arrow and he stood at the entrance of the cottage. So as to guard Sita and Ram, he was thinking that that was his service, because he had come for service. So when Guha saw that Lakshman is standing there, he said, oh dear Lakshman ji, why don't you also rest? I am there and my whole army is there. I will be here to protect Sita and Ram. Don't worry. If you also go and rest. But Lakshman, said, no. My duty is to serve my Lord. I cannot live my duty, right? And saying this, Lakshman continued, sitting there. So Guha actually became little doubtful, right? So it is also, a symptom of love. When you love someone, actually, you tend to be very affectionate towards them. You're very, very protective towards them, right? So Guha started to think that maybe this Lakshman has some wrong intentions. So he thought that maybe when Sita and Ram sleep off, then Lakshman wants to kill them so that he can enjoy, or he can become the king after 14 years, right? So that was the part of, that was what Guha felt, that maybe Lakshman wants to kill Ram so that after 14 years, when the time of becoming king comes, Lakshman, he can become the king, right? So see how love makes us to think. So thinking like that, Guha also decided that I will also not sleep, and I will also stay keeping an eye on Lakshman, seeing that he never does any wrong. If he tries to kill Lord Ram, I will go and report, kill him. So he started to do at a distance, he started to do a parikrama of the cottage, so as to keep an eye on Lakshman. And then what happened? All the people of all the citizens of all the army ministers of Guha, they saw that why this Guha is doing a parikrama of the cottage. Maybe he has some bad intentions. Maybe he wants to kill Sitaram and Lakshman, and or something like that. Maybe he wants to kill Sita and Ram, and he wants to take up. Sorry, he wants to kill Lakshman and Ram, and he wants to take up Sita, or something like that. They thought, right? So, so they also became very, they also got this suspicion. And what they did, they also started to think, okay, we should also keep an eye on this Guha. Maybe his mind has turned up, and we will to keep an eye on him. We will also remain awake, and we will, as soon as he tries to kill Ram and Lakshman, we will catch him and kill him. So what all the citizens of Guha, they started to do, they also started to at a distance do a parikrama of the cottage, right? And then it was going on, and all the Ayodhya Vasis were also there. So Ayodhya Vasis felt very amazed that why these people of Guha, they are doing a parikrama of the cottage. Maybe they want to kill Sitaram and Lakshman, and thus, they want, they must have some enmity. So, or they must have been, fed up by Kaikai to kill Sitaram and Lakshman. So what we will do to protect them, we will also remain awake, and we will keep an eye on the people of this Guha. If they do something wrong, we'll fight with them and protect Sitaram and Lakshman. So they also started to make a round of the cottage. So now what is happening? Sitaram is in the center, Lakshman is circling the cottage at a distance. Guha is circling the cottage, keeping an eye on Lakshman. At a distance, the people of Guha, they are circling, keeping an eye on Guha. And then at a farther circle, the Ayodhya Vasis are doing a circle. So who slept on that day?
Sir, Ram and Sita.
So Sita,
Only Ram.
only Ram and Sita.
Yeah, so except Sita and Ram, nobody slept that day. Right? So you see, this is the power of love. When you love someone, when you have pure love for someone, you can go at such a distance to see their welfare. But anyways, this is a pastime. And then what happened in the morning, all of them realized that, nothing happened. No one tried to kill anyone. And then they realized that maybe our doubt was wrong. And maybe, we were thinking in the wrong way. And all of them, felt very remorseful for each other, thinking for each other. And then all of them met, and finally the issue was resolved. Right? This was an interesting pastime that happened. And then in the morning, what happened? Sita and Ram and Lakshman, they boarded the boat, and then yeah. So and then they prepared to leave, go across the river towards the other side in the forest, right? So one more thing happened at this time. So actually, yeah. Okay. So let me tell you this. So actually, what happened before the Lord was about to sit on the boat? Actually, the boatman who was there, he was actually also a devotee of the Lord, and he was a very intelligent person. So he wanted to take the mercy of the Lord, right? So what he did, so just when Lord Rama was about to step on the boat, he stopped Lord Rama. Wait. I have something important to share. What is that? So the boatman says, actually, I'm very afraid that if you put your feet on my boat, I may lose my boat. So Lord Ram said, why so? How if I put my feet on my boat, you will lose your boat. So then the boatman tells the story of Ahilya. So what happened when the Lord touched the stone with his boat, or with his feet?
The stone
It went.
into
It was
Ahilya.
disappeared. The stone disappeared.
Yeah, stone turned into, not disappeared, it turned into a
Ahilya.
lady, Ahilya. Correct? or rather it was Ahilya only which turned back to, which has turned into stone, which regained her original composure. But the boatman said, just by the touch of the lotus, the dust of your lotus feet, actually this a stone got turned into a lady. And what if by the touch of the dust of your lotus feet, my if it touches my boat, what if she also turns into a lady? Then anyways, I have my wife already. And if I get another lady to marry, my wife will become very angry at me and she will kill me. So, I cannot allow you to keep your feet on my boat. First, what we'll do, we will take off all the dust from your feet. First, we will wash your feet with water, take off all the dust from your feet, and then your feet are clean. Then I will allow you to put your feet on the boat. And hearing this, Lord Ram started to smile because he understood that this person has very intelligently convinced him to give his mercy, because actually the dust of the Lord's lotus feet, transcendental lotus feet, is very, very powerful, very, very potent, right? And it is said that Lord may be little upset with someone, but with a devotee. But if the devotee approaches the lotus feet of the lotus feet of the Lord are so merciful, right? Even more merciful than the Lord, that Lord has to ultimately forgive, right? That is the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord, and especially the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord. Anyone who, that is why whenever you take blessings from any elder, what you do, you touch their feet, because generally the act is that we take the dust from their lotus feet and put on our head, because it has why this tradition has come because of this pastime, because the Lord's lotus feet's dust are very potent. Similarly, his devotees' lotus feet dust are also very powerful, and they have the potency of giving us blessings. So then the Lord became, understood the plan of this boatman, and anyways he agreed because he knew that he was a devotee. And then he washed the feet of the Lord and took the water from it, drank it, and gave it to his family members, right? And he became very happy, and he said that now I have got mercy, your mercy, right? And then all Sita, Rama, and Lakshman, they sit on the boat and they are taken to the other side of the river. So now, all of the three personalities, they had entered the forest, right? And now Sita, Rama, and Lakshman are on their own walking across the forest. So how do they walk? So Ram is in the front. Ram is walking in the front. Sita Devi is walking in the middle, and Lakshman is walking in the rear end. So as you can see in the picture, why? Because so as to give protection to Sita Devi from front and behind. Because the forest is a very, very dangerous place. There are a lot of wild animals as well as asuras who used to live in the forest. We will see many asuras who come across, they meet in their way. So as to protect, because it is a duty of a husband to always protect his wife in all the ways, like physically, emotionally, and spiritually, right? It is a duty of a husband, right? So so that is why they were going in that way. And then while they were walking, they reach the ashram of Bharadwaj. So Bharadwaj is actually a disciple of Maharshi Valmiki. Maharshi Valmiki was the one who writes Ramayana. So Bharadwaj was a disciple of Valmiki Rishi. And they meet Bharadwaj Muni, and Bharadwaj Muni tells them that, now you have come here, now you can stay here peacefully for 14 years without any problem. You stay here, I will provide you everything, you will not have scarcity of anything, and you can here stay peacefully. But Lord Ram said that, it's a good proposal, but actually this place is your ashram is very close to Ayodhya. And if we stay this close to Ayodhya, Mother Kaikeyi will feel very she will be very in anxiety, because she may not be convinced. She may be thinking that maybe I have stayed here close by so that I can come uh, quickly to Ayodhya. So that is why Mother Kaikeyi will not be happy. So tell me a place far from here where we can spend our 14 years peacefully, right? So then Bharadwaj Muni tells them about the place known as Chitrakoot. So he tells about the glories of Chitrakoot, that how actually Chitrakoot is a very, very serene forest with a lot of greenery, lot of fruits and fragrant flowers, and how many great sages live in that forest of Chitrakoot. And there is a mountain also, which is known as Kamadgiri Mount Parvat, and there are lakes also, waterfalls also. So it's a very beautiful place. He tells about them. There you can live very peacefully, like that. So so then all three agree about it, and then they proceed towards Chitrakoot, right? So there in Chitrakoot, actually Lakshman makes a very nice hut for Sita and Ram, because Lakshman, is always ready for service. So as soon as they reach there, Lakshman gets at the task of making because they need a place to live. So he makes very nice hut of straws and bamboos, where Sita and Ram can live. And actually, one very important thing we can observe here. What is that important thing? Actually, it's a very surprising, or rather, it's not very surprising, but something to learn from, that although Lakshman and Ram, they were princes, they were the sons of King Dashrath. But still, how come Lakshman knew how to make house of a hut of straws? Where did they learn all of these things?
From their guru.
So Gurukul.
In Gurukul, correct? So that was the benefit of Gurukuls, right? Because in earlier times, the children used to be given, spiritual education, and along with them, material education, spiritual education, and along with them, how to live in different circumstances. So they were also taught how to, fight. They were also taught how to do business. They were also taught how to make survive in a forest, right? And they were also taught how to cook food. So basically an overall training of a child was done there, right? But today, if you see a child, even if we see at all of us, are we able enough to survive in the forest? Do we have that training that we can survive in the forest for even
No,
let's say
sir.
1 day?
Sir, we'll get scared of the animals and we won't have a place to live.
Yeah, and what to speak of forest? Even today I see some kids, even to live in their own house for 1 day, they are not able to live, and the parents are very anxious at how to leave the kids for 1 day in the house, right? Because we do not know how to cook our food, we do not know how to clean our clothes, right? That is the situation currently. But in reality, a child should be trained for all the things, all the basic necessities of her life, because so as he can survive on his own, right? Because the principle is you cannot always be there with your kids, correct? Can the parents will always be there with the kids? Not possible, right? So instead of trying to be always with the kids, what we can do is whenever we are with the kids, we can train them in different activities so that they learn everything and they can take care of themselves and also others. That is a basic principle that today we are lacking, right? So what as a kid we should do? We should try to ourselves learn these things, right? The basic things are, cooking. It's a very simple thing. If you know cooking, you can survive anywhere practically, right? So simple rice and dal and sabji, we should definitely know. It's a basic thing, not to become a very famous chef. I'm not talking about that, but at least we should know how to cook for ourselves when need be. How many of you here know cooking? Anyone here who can cook at least basic things for themselves, rice, dal, and sabji?
Sir, yes,
Please
kind
raise
of.
your hands. You all can cook.
Sir, kind of.
Sir, I
Yeah,
can do
that's
rice and dal, but not sabzi.
okay. So I think rice and dal also qualifies because by eating rice and dal also we can survive.
Sir, I can make pancakes and chapatis and
So this is one task, I think thing that you can take away from this summer course, that you can make it a habit to learn, or you can make it a point to learn cooking, right? I'm not saying that you become a master chef or something like that. No. Go to kitchen. You ask your mother, please, mother, teach me how to do this, and you will see she will be very happy to teach you, because every mother would like his children to know the skill, right? So this is
Sir,
one
I
thing.
know how to.
Yes,
Sir,
Uddhav?
I'm saying I know how to make Maggie, pasta, pizza, milkshake, and coffee.
Okay, but everywhere you will not get Maggie. Everywhere you will not get the base material of pizza. So that
I can
you know,
also make dosas.
see, point is that's good that all of you know all of make how to make all of these things, but every day you cannot eat it, right? And basic thing, the basic cooking actually comprises of the healthy food, not Maggie and pasta. That is okay to eat in once in a while, not every day, right? We should every day what we eat, we should eat, that, like every day we eat chapatis, dal, sabji, and rice. These are the four.
Sir, I know how to make. Sir, I forgot. I also know how to make rice and chapati.
Then that's good, right? So whoever said they know, they can practice. Whoever said they do not know how to cook, then we can make it a point to learn these things. You know, uh, you can ask your mother to teach you all of these things, right? And definitely she will be happy to teach, right? I'm sure about that. Okay, so this was about this, and definitely you will see if you learn these things, it will help you in many ways in future, right? You will be able to take care of yourself as well as your dependents. And sometimes when your parents are sick, maybe you can cook for them, and you will see how happy they become when you cook for them, right? It will be a proud moment for them. Okay, so uh, yeah, so now coming back to our discussion. So where are Rama, Lakshman, and Sita right now?
Sir, may I say? Sir, Chitrakoot.
Yeah, Chitrakoot. Yes, so Ram and Lakshman and Sita have reached Chitrakoot, but where is, so now we'll go back and focus a little bit on Ayodhya. So where was Bharat and Satrughna in all this time? Were they in Ayodhya or they were somewhere else?
Sir, can I say?
Yes,
Sir, can I say?
Uncle's
Sir,
house.
can I?
yes. And where was the house of their maternal parents?
Sir, Kaikai Pradesh.
Kakai Pradesh. And I told you it is right currently Russia. So they were in Russia of current day. And actually what happens before this, when Ram leaves Ayodhya, actually Dashrath Maharaj passes away. Dashrath Maharaj leaves his body due to the pain of separation from Ram. And
Sir, because
that
of
was a
the
big,
curse he got in the forest when he killed Srijan Kumar.
yeah, definitely that is the reason we discussed yesterday, due to the curse. But here, due to the separation of Lord Ram, he leaves his body. And then when Dasharatha Maharaj leaves his body, there is no one to rule Ayodhya, because Ram has gone to forest, Dasharatha has died. Then who will lead? So then the information is sent to Bharat Maharaj, Vashishta Muni, who is the the lead full guru of the dynasty. He sends an information to Bharat and Shatrugna that please come back. But they are not told what has happened. You know, they are not told that Bharat has, Dasharatha Maharaj has died, he passed away, and Ram is sent to exile. They are just informed that please come back, there is some urgency. And Bharat and Shatrugna, understanding the urgency, they automatically take leave from their maternal uncles and they return. And one very interesting thing is that through this time, Bharat is not knowing anything about what is being done. Although the Kaikai has planned everything to make Bharat the king, but Bharat is not at all aware of all of these things. So now let's see the reaction what Bharat shows when he comes to know. So when Bharat returns, he he first of all goes to the house of. So when he enters Ayodhya, he feels something is wrong. Why? Because whenever they, because Dashrath the king has passed away, so the whole of Ayodhya, and also since Lord Ram has gone out to exile, left Ayodhya, the whole of Ayodhya had become very sad and very morose. So when Bharat was going through the roads of Ayodhya, he was seeing all the people of Ayodhya, and he was seeing that they were so sad and so morose that he knew that something bad has happened. And one more thing he observed, that whoever was looking at Bharat, they were saying some uttering some remarks at Bharat, right? They were saying something at Bharat. He also observed this, but he could not understand why they are behaving like this with him, what wrong he has done. Obviously the issue was that everyone was thinking that Bharat is the one who has planned all of these things, right? Although Bharat was not involved, but everyone was thinking that Bharat is the one who has caused this plan for Ram to go to forest because he wants to become the king. So everyone was criticizing Bharat when they saw him. So Bharat, first of all, he reached went to the palace of Dashrath, see him, but there he saw that it was empty. No one was there. Then he comes back and goes to the palace of his mother, Kaikai. And then when he goes and falls at the feet of Kaikai, Kaikai lifts him and embraces him because she becomes very, very happy because the whole plan she made for Bharat, and now Bharat is here. So she became very happy. But Bharat asked the first question, where is father? Right? The first question he asked to Kaikai. And Kaikai very sadly replies that her father, Dashrath Maharaj, has passed away. And hearing this, Bharat breaks down and he starts crying profusely, right? Because it was a sudden news to him that Dashrath Maharaj has died, right? And then, after he recovers from his crying, he again he again asks second question: where is Lord Ram? Where is Ram Bhaiya? Or where is Shri Ram? And hearing this, Kaikai, replies that, oh, Ram, he has gone to the forest. He has been exiled to forest along with his wife, Sita and Lakshman. So hearing this, Bharat becomes even more agitated. How, why Lord Ram, why Sri Ram has been exiled? What wrong has he done? Because generally in earlier times, exile was given to only people who did something very, very wrong, very, very heinous crimes, something like killing a Brahmana or killing a woman or killing a cow. All of these are considered the most abominable crimes. So these people are generally exiled from a kingdom. So he said that how can Lord Ram commit such a sin? He is, I cannot even think of him doing all of these things. Please tell me why he was exiled. So then Kaikai tells him the whole story, that how Dashrath, she asked, since she wanted Bharat to become the king, she had asked Dashrath to send Ram to forest for 14 years and make Bharat the king. And then she said, very happily, now my dear son, tomorrow is your coronation. You are going to become the king of Ayodhya. And aren't you very happy about this? She asked. And when Bharat heard all of these, he screamed at Kaikai. He screamed very loudly, "You wicked woman! You know, you have caused destruction to the dynasty. How did you ever think that I can become the king? Instead of my worshipable Lord Sri Ram. How could you ever imagine that? You know, uh, you are such a evil-minded lady that you did not even think of what would happen to the mother of Ram, Kaushalya. She is very innocent. She used to love you like her younger sister, but what have you done? Like that, Bharat, became very much more pitiable, right? And he became in a lot of pain. And then at that time, he 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 told Kaikai that I do not want to call you my mother. You are not my mother from today. I break all the relationships with you. Now, please stay away from me, like that, he says. And then he gets out of the palace of Kaikai and goes to meet Kaushalya, right? And then when he goes to meet Kaushalya, actually Kaushalya was also doubtful. Kaushalya was also thinking that maybe Bharat is the one who has planned, because he wanted to become the king, and he had sent Ram away. So Kaushalya, when he sees Bharat, sarcastically remarks at Bharat that now Bharat, now you are happy, you are going to become the king, and Ram has been sent to 14 years for exile. Now you must be very happy. And Bharat, when he hears, his pain increases. Just now, you just try to understand the situation of Bharat, right? First of all, he is himself very pained that his father has died. Second, his worshipable Lord, Sri Ram, has been exiled. And third, he has nothing to do with all of this. He had even, not even 1% of his participation was there in this whole plot. But still, he was being misunderstood. Still, everyone was doubting him that you are the one uh, who caused all of this. So it's very actually the pain of misunderstanding is the most, right? When you are right and someone misunderstands you, it pains our heart a lot, right? So that was the situation of Bharat, that he had to go through all of this sarcasm, and he has to face all of these criticisms, right? Without having any role in all of these plots. But still, Bharat was actually a man of character, and he was also a very responsible person, right? He was a great devotee of the Lord. So he remained calm, and he convinced Kaushalya that, my dear mother, please do not think like that. I have nothing to do with this. Everything like this happened was done in my ignorance. I did not have knowledge about it. If I would have information about this, I would have never allowed this to happen. And like that, he convinces Kaushalya. And then Vasishtha and all the great other sages, they come and they meet Bharat, and they say that now, Bharat Maharaj, the time has come that you have to do the last rites of Dashrath, because the body of Dashrath was preserved in oil, so that when Bharat comes and Bharat and Shatrughan come, it would be Antim Sanskar would be done. So Bharat, with a very heavy heart, does the last rites or the Antim Sanskar of his father, Dashrath Maharaj. And after doing that, he goes to meet his confidential ministers. He tells all of them Actually, I have no interest at all in becoming the king, right? So what all of you do, all of you prepare, we will, today only we will go, today or tomorrow only we will leave for the forest. We will go with the whole entourage, a whole army to, we'll go to Sri Ram and we will request Ram to come back and accept this kingdom. This is what Bharat told all of his ministers. And when the Ayodhya Vasis, they heard that Bharat is saying like this, that he wants to bring Lord Ram back, and all of them are now tomorrow going to meet Lord Ram, all of them became very, very happy. And now again, there is a hope that maybe Lord Ram will come back. So all of them become very enlivened, and they prepare different, they prepare all the army and all the people, nicely decorated everything, chariots, and they leave for forest. And on the way, they meet Puha, Bharat Maharaj meets Puha, and then Bharadwaj Muni, who all guide him to reach Lord Ram. And finally, he reaches Chitrakoot. And before Bharat reaches Chitrakoot, actually he had a big army. So when the army was walking, and it was making a kind of it was because it is said that there were 1 lakh horsemen, thousands of elephants, and many soldiers, millions of soldiers who were there coming in the army. So the whole earth was shaking. So when Sitaram and Lakshman, they were there in Chitrakoot, and when the army was approaching closer, Ram actually felt that something is happening, a big army is coming. So he told Lakshman, seems like an army is coming. Please climb on a tree and see which army is coming. So Lakshman immediately climbs on a tree and sees that a big army is coming, and then he recognizes that it is the army of Ayodhya. So he says that, my dear brother, seems like the army of Ayodhya is coming. So Ram says, maybe Bharat Maharaj is, please see, is Dashrath there? Is Dashrath Maharaj also coming? Lakshman sees, but he could not find the flag of Dashrath, because actually every warrior has a different flag. You will see in earlier times, every warrior used to travel in a chariot, the horse-drawn chariot. And on top of the chariot, there used to be a flag which had some marks. So Dashrath has a different mark, Bharat has different mark, Lord Ram had a different, symbol on the flag, different color or different shape. So Lakshman says that, no, I do not see the flag of Dashrath, but I see the flag of Bharat. So then Lakshman becomes very angry. He says that, my bhaiya, seems like this Bharat, he is coming with the army to kill both of us. Now after sending to forest, he is not peaceful. And actually, Lakshman was also believing that the cause of this plan was Bharat, and Bharat wanted to become the king, and that is why he has planned all of these things. So he said, it seems like Bharat is coming with the army to now kill both of us. He's not satisfied with just sending us to forest. Please allow me. I will alone fight with this whole army and destroy the whole army as well as Bharat. Like that, Lakshman became very angry. But Lord Ram actually pacified Lakshman. He said, there is no need to become angry, and he chastised Lakshman that, how can you say this about your brother? You don't have faith in your brother, Bharat, that I have full faith in Bharat that he is coming not to kill us, he is coming to ask me to return. So please wait and let's hear from what he has to come. So then Bharat comes, and as soon as he comes, he falls at the feet of Lord Ram and he cries profusely, right? And then Bharat says that, actually, whatever has happened, please believe me, nothing, I did not know about anything. It was not my plan, it was not my desire, and Lord Ram also picks him up and he embraces him and says that, I know, Bharat, no, I never doubted you. I know that you are very devoted to me. You are very obedient to me. And that way, in this way, both Ram and Bharat, they meet. right? And they are crying profusely for each other. And then Ram asks, how is father? And Bharat starts to cry again. And he says that, then Ram understands that something wrong has happened. Then Vasishtha Muni tells Lord Ram that actually Bharat Maharaj has left his body. And when Lord Ram hears, he also starts to cry, right? So then whole of this, then the, Ram and Lakshman and Sita, they meet all the people who had come. They meet all the sages, and they meet their mothers, Kaushalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi as well, right? And Kaikeyi also by now she has realized her mistake, and she also is repenting, right? Because for time being, her intelligence was covered because this pastime was destined to happen. But now that covering was removed, and she could understand that she has done a blunder. And what removed that covering? The chastisement of Bharat. When Bharat actually chastised Kaikeyi that you were such a wicked woman, I never desire, then actually that opened the eyes of Kaikeyi that she was so selfish. So yes, Adish, you have a question?
Yes, sir. What is that big orange circle behind Rama?
Oh, so this is basically a general way in paintings to depict that someone divine is there, right? So Lord Ram is a divine personality, the supreme personality. So this is a circle which is generally drawn to represent that.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, even Lakshman is a divine person, so he does not have a orange circle behind him.
So yes, Lakshman, Ram, and Sita, all of them are, even Bharat, all of them are divine personalities. But here, the focus is to be made on Ram. That is why only Ram is being highlighted here. So Sri Ram's is having this circle. So it's basically an art, a trick in the art that whoever you want to put a focus on, you highlight them, right? You will see that different places, different people are highlighted. Just like if you see in this painting, right? Both Ram, Lakshman, and Sita, all three of them have the circles in their background. See?
Yes, sir.
So this is generally the way how the painters make paintings. Correct. So all of these things happen, and then there is a very nice conversation between Ram and Bharat, where Bharat is requesting Sri Ram to come back, but Lord Ram is actually saying that I cannot come back, it is due to my duty. And I'll just quickly wrap this up, because this conversation of Ram and Bharat is very intense, and it has a lot of lessons. And many people in general cannot understand today, cannot understand the devotion of Bharat, because Bharat, the kind of attitude he shows at this moment is incomparable, right? Just imagine that what was the position of Bharat? Bharat was about to become the king of the whole world, and he had nothing to do. Everything was ready. He just had to say yes, and he would be made the king next day. But the kind of love and devotion and service attitude he has for Lord Ram is shown here, that he denies that position, and he has come all the way from Ayodhya to Chitrakoot just to request Lord Ram to accept his position. So that is what we should learn from him, that this is the difference between a devotee and a demon. A devotee is always wanting to give back what is the property of the Lord, or use everything in the service of the Lord, just like Bharat. But the demon actually wants to take away the property of the Lord. Just like in this Aranyakand only, we will see the pastime of Ravan, that how Ravan will come to tomorrow. I think today will not be able to start. So Ravan actually how he wants to take away the property of Lord Ram, which is Sita. And here Bharat is trying to give back the property of Ram, that is Ayodhya. This is the difference between a devotee and a demon. Correct? So all the wonderful ancient pastimes happen, and then then Bharat actually understands that Lord Ram will not come back. So then he requests Lord Ram to give his slippers. So he had brought 2 slippers, Bharat, and he tells Lord Ram that please put your feet on these slippers and bless these slippers. And I will put these slippers of yours, Khadao, on the throne, and I will not be the king. I will serve as a servant of these your divine transcendental slippers. Right? So that was the mood of Bharat. Not at all trying to become the master. He was always considering himself as a servant. Right? This is a consciousness of the devotee. And then with this, actually Bharat returns, and Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman, they will. So here you are seeing that how Bharat is installing the slippers of the Lord Ram on the throne and worshipping. And throughout the 14 years, we will see Bharat lives very, very simply. He also, wears the tree barks, and he also eats, fruits and roots, and he doesn't accept any royalty. He just lives in a small cottage outside Ayodhya in Nandigram, and he always remembers Lord Ram, and he acts as a servant of Lord Ram, because his attitude is that if my Lord is living in the forest in a simple way, how can I enjoy the kingdom of Ayodhya? Let me also live like him only. Right? So this is the consciousness of the devotee. Right? All of these things happen. And then Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman, they move on, because now since Chitrakoot was already, already Ayodhya Vasis had come to Chitrakoot and they had met Sri Ram, Lakshman, Sita there. The Lord thought that, if we stay here, the Ayodhya Vasis will keep on coming and going from here. So let us go even further away. So they leave that place of Chitrakoot and they move away. So then they move to different places. They meet different people. They even face one demon which was known as Viradha. So Ram and Lakshman kill Viradha. Actually Viradha was trying to kidnap Sita, and he was thinking that I will enjoy Sita. So, but before he could move on, Ram and Lakshman kill him, right? And then they go to the ashram of Sarbhanga, right? And they meet Agastya Muni, and then they enter Dandaka forest and ultimately Panchavati. So all of these things happen, and then when they go to Panchavati, there the real action starts. Shurpanakha comes and Kardushan comes, and then Ravan comes. So we will start this part tomorrow from here, from the pastime of Shurpanakha. So now here we'll stop, and any one of you have any questions, then you can ask me right now. Questions? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Sir, I want to show you thing.
Yes, Aastha.
I am doing this for Sunday.
Okay, this is a drawing of Sri Ram.
Yes, in his childhood.
Oh, nice. So it seems like a real face. It's very lively, isn't it? Wonderful. So let me spotlight you. Please show once more. I've spotlighted you. Yeah, wonderful. So who is this personality? Is he Lord Ram?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Lord Ram with the bow. Great. So seems like Aastha is a very good painter, and she's using her skills in the service of the Lord. Nice. So you have a lot of blessings, Aastha, of the Lord.
Thank you, sir.
So Thank you.
Sir,
Anyone have? Yes.
can I tell the story of the power of association?
Oh, you have prepared?
Yes, sir.
Maybe in just 1 or 2 minutes, in brief,
Okay.
we can share that. Yeah, we can hear from Dhruvi. And it would be good if you can come on video.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you see me?
Um, it's coming blank for me.
Sir,
It's clear. I can see Roshni.
Yeah, I can't also see Dhruvi. Okay, yeah, now we can see you, Dhruvi.
today I'm
Yes.
going to tell a story on the topic of the power of association. Amrish Maharaj had a brother, but he was a very sinful king. Amrish Maharaj tried to preach to his brother, but he failed. So he asked Narad Muni to preach to his brother. Narad Muni did not wanted to preach to his brother, but he finally agreed. When he went, when he went to meet to preach to Maharaj Amrish brothers, he was received very respectfully. But when Narad Muni started preaching, he started to throw wine bottles on him. Narad Muni had to escape, but while going, he said, Papi Raja, you, when you die, you just ask one question. What is the uh, what is the result of a sadhu sangha with the lava mantra? Papi Raja, when he died, Amrish Maharaj's brother king, he went to Yamraj's court as usual. When Chitragupta read his sins, Yamraja felt very compassionate towards him. He said that you have done so many still sins, but I want to fulfill your last desire. So Amrish Maharaj's brother recollected Narad Muni's words and asked Yamraj that what is the benefit of having sadhu sangha with the lava mantra? So Yamraj was stilled by his question. He said, I only read the sinful activities of a person and I don't know about this. We have to go to Brahmaji. When they approached Lord Brahma and Amrish Maharaj's brother asked this question, Lord Brahma said that I'm busy with the creation and I don't know this answer. So now he also couldn't answer. Now they approach Lord Shiv, and Shivji also couldn't answer this question. And then he told that you have to approach Lord Narayan. And they approached to Narayan and went to Vaikuntha. So Narayan smiled at this question and he said that this question's answer is that if we have a sadhu sangha with the lava mantra, the person with the sadhu's association will come to Vaikuntha. And now Amrish Maharaj's brother was in Vaikuntha and nobody could take him back from Vaikuntha. So this is the power of association. Thank you and Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, sir.
Yes. So wonderful story by Dhruvi. Uh, Thank you for enlightening. And it was a good one. I also did not hear, had not heard this story. What was the name of the brother of Ambarish Maharaj?
Sir, when I read this story, it was not mentioned.
Okay, no issues. So I also did not know that Ambarish Maharaj has a brother. Okay. Anyways, good one.
This is
Yeah.
one more story. Like I heard the same thing with Radhe Radhe. The person went to Vaikunt and asked, "What if I chant the name of Radhe Radhe?" So Lord Vishnu told him that if you chant Radhe Radhe, you'll be in Vaikunt, and now you are with me, and no one can take you to Narak.
Yeah. Yes. So we have devotee for uh, is a is completely God and is free from all material attachments. Hare Krishna. All of you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your video is frozen. So yeah, I was saying that one such pure devotee who appeared, who was there 50 years ago is His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, who we are all following in his footsteps. We are taking all of these teachings from him and we are trying to give to all of you. So yeah, so this is also one way we can associate with him by Vani and Vapu. So there are two ways to associate. One is you directly associate with someone, and the second is you associate through the sound vibration. That means, you hear what he has spoken. So we are hearing right now, we are reading his books, then we are associating with him. And then if we keep on doing it, ultimately we will also go to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. Right. So now it's already 10:28. But as I promised, I will show you. Maybe for some time we will see the video. The drama that I was playing, right, the previous day. So we will try to complete till today what we had discussed.
Loved Sri Ram like her own son. Though Queen Kaikeyi loved Sri Ram like her own son, this pastime was destined to happen. Like her
How Kaikeyi
use them.
How Kaikeyi was interpreted or manipulated by Manthara, and what happened after that we will see today. Okay, so the voice is coming.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll play it.
Yes, sir.
To your advantage. Though Queen Kaikeyi loved Sri Ram like her own son, this pastime was destined to happen so Sri Ramachandra could fulfill the purpose of his appearance. And Queen Kaikeyi was temporarily covered by illusion, nor of the Lord.
My dear queen, why are you so upset? What is the cause of your distress? While the entire city is rejoicing, you're laying down here distraught. Has someone insulted you? Tell me, and I shall deal with it. I will do anything to make your pain go away.
No one has insulted me. I want something from you, and I will only tell you if you promise me to give me exactly what I want.
Please, don't doubt me. Dearest queen, tell me what your heart desires, and of course I'll fulfill it. You know you're my favorite. I'll do anything to make your pain go away. Please, get up. It's hard to see you like this.
Anything?
Of course.
May your words be heard by the sun, the moon, night and day, by the gods themselves. I ask only what has already been promised to me before.
What? What is it?
First, may my son Bharat become king instead of Ram. And second, may Ram be banished to the forest for 14 years.
What? Have you gone mad? Are you insane? How can you let words like this come out of your mouth?
My dear king, have you forgotten how I saved your life and nursed you back to health? Or must I remind you? Such is the memory of weak men. But you promised me two boons that I now wish to be fulfilled.
You wretched woman! What has Ram done to you? Is this not the same Ram that treated you like his own mother, and you want to banish him in the forest for 14 years? Life will not go on without Ram. Please, I beg you to take this vicious away.
As the evening turned to night, and the night turned to dawn, Dasharath beseeched his queen to give up her madness, but to no avail. Ram, being the very emblem of loyalty, honor, truth, and valor, calmly accepted the proposal, and determined to keep the word of his father, he set out for the forest with Lakshman and Sita.
Ram! 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 Ram!
King Dasharath could not bear the separation from his son. Shortly after Lord Ram's departure, the king fell ill due to anguish and left this world. Ram, Lakshman, and beautiful Sita made their way to the forest. They visited the different hermitages of the saints and killed the demons harassing them. The sages were thrilled to have Sri Ram as their guest and guided him to Panchavati, a charming part of the forest where very few beasts would attack.
Now you see all three of them, Sita, Ram and Lakshman, they have, here already reached Panchavati. So in our discussion, we discussed many pastimes which happened before, but since it's a drama, a short drama, so they have, directly taken us to Panchavati. So don't get confused. All of these pastimes also happened, but here we are skipping all of those. Okay.
What a handsome prince! What is he doing living in the forest like a common mendicant? He would be much happier with me.
Who is this lady? Anyone knows?
Sir, Shurpanakha.
Surpanakha.
Yeah.
Surpanakha.
This is-
Ravana's sister.
yeah.
Yes, I have been watching you for some time. You're very handsome. Who are you?
I'm Ram, son of King Dasarath, Prince of Ayodhya.
If you're the son of a king, what are you doing living in this forest?
I came here to fulfill the wishes of my father.
I am Sarpanaka, sister of the mighty King Ravana. You will come with me and be my husband. This forest is no place for a prince. You belong by my side.
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. Here's my wife.
Sita? Who is this? Sita.
But my brother Lucky One, he would gladly accept you.
Yes. Oh, yes. You are also very handsome. I'd like to marry you instead.
My dear beautiful lady.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Hare
sir.
Krishna, sir. Hare Krishna, sir.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, sir.
Disconnected due to network. Hare Krishna. So I'm resharing. I think I got disconnected. So let me know if my screen is visible again. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. So I'll replay it.
Leaves you for you.
Lashran's right. I do deserve the very best.
I'm sorry, but my heart belongs to Sita. You don't want to be second to her. Push him a little. He'll give in.
Sita, that is all Oh, her false Ram will not have me. Sita, I must get rid of her. Sita, Sita!
Worry not, sister. I will destroy them.
No, I have a better plan. Ram is married to a most beautiful creature. She's perfect for you, dear brother.
This Sita is beautiful, and I did lose her to Ram once, but I must have her. I will send Maricha the magician.
Maricha was a mystical demon who was very.
Okay, so we'll stop here. It's already 10:40. So all of you saw, a wonderful pastime of how, Lakshman cuts the nose of Shurpanakha. So this pastime we will discuss also tomorrow, in tomorrow's class, right? And then we will continue on. Okay, so thank you all for joining. It was a wonderful having all of you. And we'll begin with tomorrow. Till then, have a nice day. And Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Hare Krishna.